Hey everybody, what's up? It's Damien Eclipse. And do you remember back in the 90s there was a show that was really popular called Goosebumps? I know I do. Um, Arl Stein has always been one of my favorite authors. I'm waiting on a package. It's gonna take a while. It's ordered from Amazon, but the the first book of Goosebumps that ever introduced me to the series was because, in my earlier videos I mentioned about how I'm very fascinated with werewolves. Now, for Goosebumps, there was this one book that got me into Goosebumps, and it was called Werewolf. You'll remember this. It's called Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I read the book before I saw the episode. And I must tell you, I really loved it. It became one of my favorite Goosebumps stories of all time. Must have read it like 100 times. And then once I saw the actual episode, like a friend introduced me and said, "Hey, they made an episode when I was a kid." And it's like I used to go to my friends and watch Goosebumps every week, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is awesome." So I finally saw the episode of the Werewolf of Fever Swamp, and I loved it. It was awesome. Sure, the graphics were cheesy, but typical 90s. But if you grew up in the 90s, you understand what I'm talking about. Nowadays you get some really gnarly werewolf stuff. I mean, back in the 80s, you still had some cool stuff. Like, you had The Howling, you had, like, American Werewolf in London, and you had, like, a lot of cool stuff. And then in the 40s, you had, like, the Universal monsters. Like, you had the Wolfman from 1941. I showed you that collection, that legacy collection I had in a previous video. I just love werewolves. So anyway, I'm back into watching Goosebumps after all these years. I found out that, and I didn't know this, that they redid the covers of a lot of the Goosebumps books, and I saw that they redid the Werewolf of Fever Swamp cover, and I looked on Amazon. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I still love the OG cover more because it's got a lot of good color in it. The color the OG Werewolf of Fever Swamp book cover was better, but this one was really cool. It just pops out and shit, and it's awesome. So I decided to order it. I also, there's something from like the later seasons that's like really cool, and it's a collection called Scary House. It's a DVD from the later seasons. I think it was like maybe season 4 and 5. I think it's like one of the last two seasons. So anyway, I think it has like House of No Return and the Haunted House board game, the Haunted House game or whatever it's called, which were two really good stories. I love Scary House because it had like stories that had to do with haunted houses, so it was really cool. And so yeah, I got that, and I got a couple other stuff. I'm not going to spoil the rest, but it's like, yeah, I got some. So I can't wait for everything else to come in. So I also finally saw Pumpkinhead, R.L. Stein's. I think it's, but the Pumpkinhead thing looked really good. I saw the trailer for that. That looked really good. But I read pretty much all the books. I know I read all the books from the original series. Goosebumps Series 2000 was cool. I liked Bride of the Living Dummy. I liked Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls was awesome. Love that zombie stuff. Slappy's Nightmare was cool. Slappy is a big thing, always has been. Then there was like my favorite spin-off series, Goosebumps Horrorland. That was awesome. The first book, Revenge of the Living Dummy, that was like my favorite one. And then do you remember the Goosebumps spin-off where the book series where they choose your own 20 different scary endings? That was the shit back then. That was awesome. I used to own a whole bunch of those. So I'm back into Goosebumps. I love like I said, I'm a retro guy. I love retro, whether it's like horror movies, music, or anything. Video games. I mean, I mostly play the new stuff now. Like I got a Switch Lite and I got a PS5, but it's like it's really cool. Like I like the new stuff too, but I'm mostly a retro dude when it comes to music and horror movies and stuff. My favorite horror franchise of all time, though, is the Saw franchise. If you haven't seen that, I mean, I know a lot of you probably have, but Goosebumps is really cool, though. So, anyway, check out this video. If you like this, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Check you later. Ciao.